Yanra Vertin ekoso ewo ye mrishibedwe film na Vertin no na eye Alexander Afenyo Markins ebusa eye opinion na ye friend say James Gyakye Quayson se sesia ye beyi no se onkoye South Korea eye Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs na ono na ekoda eye South Korea ano no se bia wako na ebia eye South Korea mpanifu bi anase impo eye South Korea for school for ibi abase omo ba photo ewo eye opinion eye friend say James Gyakye Quayson office na omo bebusa ne say eye Ghana ye red gold green ye flag no na afa black na edem no ekire say ya say na wono ye yi no as a Deputy Minister of eye Foreign Affairs ewo eye oman Ghana dimu no ede na obeka na abusia in fact areho pa ye na emra eye Alexander Afenyo Markins ebusa eye opinion e friend say James eye Gyakye Quayson sansem we see mu no wakeka nsem bia esere na asa areho kame hwan na yenkonkotie sene oyi na no wabra ye toto na no sansem we see ho emre sisi
Deputy Foreign Minister for South Korea International Conference. He asks you, Mr. Quayson, I've seen your country's colors, red, gold, green. Each of the colors, it has a black star in the middle. Share with me the meaning of each of them. The red, what does it stand for? Yellow, gold, what does it stand for? Green, and the black star. Take your time and explain to this Deputy Foreign Minister who would want to know from you as part of your Sell Ghana initiative.
The blood is the red is for the blood of our forefathers.
The gold or yellow? One way you say red, gold, green, red, gold, green, red, gold, green, red, gold, green. Yes, just gold, red.
Gold stands for gold, as you know. Ghana is enriched with gold, right?
Honorable member for Nungwa. Honorable member for Nungwa, my very good friend. Honorable member for Lejokuku. Hey, Nine Momo is Nungwa. I beg, I don't want to have trouble with her. Please, I've taken back my.
Taken back, yeah.
No, not a question. The Nungwa, because honorable member for. No, Krowo, Nungwa is Krowo, right? So Krowo, which is Nungwa, is for our respected colleague, children and gender, Naimomo. I don't want to have problem with her. I am talking about Lejo Kuku. I'm saying that our colleague is on oath. Please allow him. He is a Pan-Africanist. He says so on record. So please, how about the green?
The forest, the vegetation. I mean, I thought you were just toying with my mind here because
no.
This is very fundamental.
No, don't take it easy.
Something I've learned from.
What about the black star, which is in the middle?
Is the power of the black people, right? Black star represent blacks, the strength of the black man. Yes.
Okay, let's deal with the coat of arms. The coat of arms. Because you are going to, Deputy Foreign Minister, wait,
yeah.
You are going to represent us. These are symbols that speak. These are things that people would anxiously ask. So the coat of arms, can you tell us all the things that you find on the coat of arms of Ghana? Share with us everything that you find on the coat of arms of Ghana.
I will beg the leave of that question because I don't have the immediate answer on me right now. So I would as you said, we are very close, so I'll share with you at some moment.
Honorable nominee, this is a public interest question. We'll discuss our personal ones. Very well.
The situation you went through has been an eye-opener. Which eye-opener, if I should say, is going to help you in terms of how you assess your minister in policy formulation in that area of dual citizenship and solving people's problems, correct?
That is correct. Thank you.
You mentioned Professor Asari, and you've stated him as your referee. I'm sure we should be seeing an amendment to our constitution soon, correct?
That is correct. In fact, last parliament it was tabled. I'm sure Minority Leader, you were very much aware of it.
Yeah, everything went with the 8th parliament. So are you ready to initiate that process again?
Thank you. Yes, and I will seek your counsel and support to initiate this amendment because it's going to help our country. Thank you.
Yes, so should we expect your government to support this initiative at least by end of year?
I'm very convinced that my government, current government, will support it. I even believe the previous government was in support of that as well. Thank you.
Now let's look at strategic positioning of Ghana vis-a-vis its relationship with the great powers. There seems to be a wind of unilateralism blowing among some great powers, and countries like Ghana seem to be very much left in the cold. How do you hope that a country like Ghana that is going to be affected by this new wind blowing to, as it were, position itself to create some economic empowerment, provide social services for its people?
Thank you. I think Ghana has all along laid the foundation for such eventualities due to our non-aligned policy. You see, I shared earlier that if you commit yourself to a specific direction, then you can be caught with your hands down. Ghana from independence has been a non-aligned and also a strong pro-African, and with our vision and with our international policy, foreign affairs policy, I think Ghana still stands a ground that we will not. I am very convinced that we just need to arrange our resources, get appropriate stakeholders, those who want to do business with us, but not to interfere with our internal affairs. And we should be able to endure any challenges that comes along, adding value to our raw materials. We get into those things, give the youth a purpose of life. And in Americans right now, I can see it's just, I'm always of the adage that no condition is permanent. And so one way or the other, it's just this Trump administration that has initiated this whole thing, which other countries are responding, and trying to be of a nationalist nature. But that is not the fundamental value or belief of Americans. And so with time, I think things will be able to line up. But this also cautions us to make sure that we develop our own background to be able to be sustainable. Thank you.
Honorable nominee, you make a very striking and profound statement. which I agree with. Now, what are the systemic weaknesses that you find? Your few years in Ghana, you are saying we have to build the structures, we have to do this, we have to do that. We have to empower the youth. We have to be independent. What are the weaknesses that you find?
Thank you. To be honest with you, Mr. Chair, the weaknesses I find is, unfortunately, our partisan attitude. We should find a better way to build this country together. We should not go after one another's party just for the sake of being a member of a party. This is something that I found it very strange when I, as you mentioned, my few years here. And I think it's almost as though if we have to find a way to reset our own minds. We've talked about resetting the country, but let's reset our minds, because the person doing the resetting, of course, is generating from your own senses, right? So if you are always doing things thinking that I'm going to discredit this government because I'm not part of the party, it's affecting everybody. So, and we need to also develop some national agenda, something that we could work towards. If it's a 40 years, a 50 years, let's set up a national agenda, so that I've seen in my own community, constituent, when I came, they was able to identify about 5 projects that were abandoned. Projects that have reached almost 60% completion, 40% completion. Resources went in. But for the sake of change of administration, they rather will go build a new one. But at the end of the day, it goes to the same people. And this is one of my frustration that I'm finding very difficult to understand. But I know as time goes, we are a young democracy, so sometimes I say, well, maybe we are too hard on ourselves, but we have a lot around us to learn from. When those democracies were going on, they didn't have anywhere to look at for an example. Here we have it. So why are we not using that opportunity and throwing punches at each other? That's all my prayers, that one day, someday to come, Africans will realize that we are our own enemies. There's no external enemy. The enemy is within us. And we need to wake up. Because if I get rich and my neighbor is poor, what is the value? We live here, and everybody's house is walled. When I first came about 10 years ago, I wanted to build a house. I told my contractor, I don't need a wall. Well, you know what he said to me? Then your house is where the thieves will be having a meeting. I said, why? I've never lived, even when I was growing up in our house in Cape Coast and Afenyo, there was no fence walls. I live in Canada till 2020, there were no fence walls. I'm sure most of you have traveled there. Here, when you're building a house, the first thing you build is a wall. Because even the materials you put there, they're going to steal it. Why? Because you don't have, if you have a meaningful work to do, are you going to waste your time and go to somebody's house and lift a shovel or lift some electricity cables? No. But because at the end of the day, they have to survive. So please, let's I don't want to get much into that, Honorable Member. But the answer to your question is that I'll be able to assist in that direction. Thank you.
Before I go on, you said You lived in Canada to 2020. Now, I know you give up your citizenship. Currently, when you go into Canada, do you go take visa from the High Commission or you have a residence permit?
Absolutely. I'm on a visa.
Very well. So let's go back to that important matter that you raised. Do you think that as political leaders, we have a lot of work to do to change the attitude of our youths, including ourselves?
Thank you. I think we have the onerous responsibility to change. You see, our youth are looking at us. They look at what I will say to you and you will say to me. So when it's handed down, they're just going to practice the same. So if we change our attitude, I'm very positive the youth and the rest of the nation will look at it differently. No, I don't want to be seen as someone who is antagonistic or who is trying to be divisive. You embrace people as who they are and work with them. Political parties, of course, they have the agenda to win elections and form governments. But the opposition, there's always going to be one party at the opposition. Job is to direct and steer the ruling government, not to pull it down. Because if you have 58% of the population in support of you and 42 is against, are you running only 58% of the population? No, we're running the entire country. So I applaud President Mohammed's initiative that, at least he's setting the tone.
Awusa baby a wo hwe me bia wo haw ne amane kodan na bia da eda wo so bia no bomode se woni me bedi nkomo ye de samna nwanwaso bi aba e frene se sika kokko na gold samna wo haw bia da eda wo so bia wo hia sa samna we se bi afi wo ye bema wo hwe me wo bema sam wo pom bema ye ketwa brabeji bula matali eduro bi na wo bema enye kese watimi abo adwuma so ache e wo empem ye de akwankyere bi aba abuzua no ye hwehwe wo hyebrim a ye frene se mpelifo akwankyere ana se wo betima frene back to sender onipa bi ha onipa bi tata wato bet e wo ho se wo se ne tie bi obeku bomode so be fa numbers na egu screen ase na woni mi akasa me hwehwe wo hyebrim wi a na bomode se me kyerɛ wo ne wo beye